Hey my friends, this is Lance with BestKidSolutions.com, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things in parenting and why all your strategies and all the things that you've done with your child are not working. This is the number one reason why your parenting strategy is not working. So let's get to it right now. Hey my friends, I'm glad you're back. Thank you for being here. Let's get right into the number one reason why your parenting strategies are not working. Now, before we get into that though, I just want to remind you, please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to make sure that we are helping you the very, very best we can. Please make sure you're doing that so that we can spread this information and get this to as many people as possible, because the number one thing that we're trying to do is help the most important people on this planet, and we believe those are kids, parents, and teachers. So let's get into it right now. Number one reason why your parenting strategies are not working is because you're not consistent. Now, we just recently did a video about this for teaching, and the same thing happens whether it be with discipline or whether it be learning strategies. If you're not consistent, it's not going to work well in your favor. You have to be consistent. You have to find a parenting strategy, a behavior strategy as a parent, and you have to be consistent, because the number one thing that you will find, and all experienced parents or teachers will tell you, is that if a child believes that they can get away with it even 1% of the time, they're going to try as many times as possible. And the one time that you are not consistent, that puts in their little brain that they think they're going to be able to get away with it. And they're going to try you 10 more times until you realize, or they realize, that you are one of those situations. Oh, meet Holly. Come here, Holly. Come on. Come on, say hi. You're already here. Say hi. Say hi, girl. Look right here. Look right here. Say hi, girl. Say hi. Okay. See you later, girl. See you later. Sorry about that little dog interruption, but I think never such a thing as being a bad dog interruption, that's for sure. That was Holly, our golden doodle. So anyway, as I was saying, when you are consistent with a behavior strategy or a parenting strategy, it will be much more beneficial for you. As I was saying, when you have a consistent outlook, and when you say something is going to happen, it happens. When you say a child is going to be rewarded for something, it happens. When you say, and the beauty of this is that you don't even have to be mad. You can look them in the eye and say, you didn't do A, B, or C, and this is what happens. And the thing is when you're consistent, they know that's going to happen. And you know what? They knew it was going to happen, but they thought, you know what? Maybe this is not going to happen this time. Maybe I can get away with something, because it's just a natural progression of child behavior. They're going to be testing the boundaries, and that's a good thing. They got to test the boundaries to see what they can get away with and what they can't. But to make your life easier, you have to be consistent. They have to know that there's a pretty good possibility this is not going to work, and they may try you, they may give it a shot, but when you're consistent, then they realize that it's not worth it, and you're going to find yourself in a lot better place. It's going to be a lot less frustrating for you, and the child is going to know and be safe and feel safe because they understand what their environment is going to be like. They know what they can't or can't get away with. They know that when you are going to tell them that they are getting a reward or a benefit, or they've earned something, that you're going to follow through with that. So they realize that, when you're positively reinforcing something, that has to come to fruition, or they're going to lose that momentum. They're going to lose that drive many times, because we've said before that children thrive off extrinsic success or rewards. And eventually, when they start seeing themselves as that person because they've been rewarded so many times, then it becomes intrinsic. And that is the key. That's where you've succeeded as a parent and even as a school teacher, is that now they're bringing that inside intrinsically, and that's who they feel they are. But that only happens when you're consistent, when you reward them consistently, when you praise them and positively reinforce them consistently. They feel that this is something that's going to continue because you're consistent. And when they break off from their their normal procedures or their traditional behaviors, and they test you or test the boundaries, then what's going to happen is that they are going to realize the consequences because you're consistent. But once again, as soon as you start letting things slide, as soon as you forget about this consequence or forget about this reward, and that's not to say that you can't change your belief on something, that you can change the consequence. Maybe you thought you were a little too tough or a little bit too this or that. That doesn't mean that you can't evolve and change it. But what has to happen is that the consistency of something being done must happen all the time. Because as soon as the child believes that things are not going to be handled, they're going to continue and continue and continue. And that's not something that's a problem for them. That's part of their normal behavior. That's going to be part of testing the boundaries. If you allow that to happen, they're going to continue to do it. If you don't allow that to happen, and they realize that in the important things, and obviously you can allow some room for growth, but on the important things, if it's consistent, your life as a parent is going to be much more fun, a lot less stressful. And this one little tip, this number one thing that's keeping your behavior strategies from working, from your parenting strategies from working, is consistency. Now, of course, you have to find something that works best for your family. There's a lot of soul searching that you have to do. But once you've found that, then the consistency is the number one key. And for many parents, that's the reason why things are not working. It's because they haven't been consistent. So my friends, I hope this helped you out. Please, once again, like, subscribe. Please make sure that you comment so that if there's anything that we can do to help, we definitely want to do that. As I said before, we want to make sure that this information gets to as many people as we can. And we really do want to help what we believe are the number one most important people on this planet, and that is kids, parents, and teachers. My friends, thank you very much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.